to you, and also to Happy New Year to somebody who are going to be following with this particular video when you guys see it. I hope you guys are having a great time. Right now, you're probably at home, kicking back, watching a lot of Netflix going on here, maybe wrapping some gifts. And for some of you guys right now who are seeing this, you may be saying, okay, fine, Coach is Desmond, what he's talking about here today. So I wanted to make something that was really relevant. You know, we're going into the brand new year, and I had a question that came up in my mind this morning, and I thought you would find this very interesting. You know, matter of fact, when we started beginning into looking at New Year's resolutions, I wanted to look at the concept of simply wanting more. You know, right now, matter of fact, my observation is that oftentimes people want more just for the sake of wanting more. And when you look at your New Year's resolution, you're probably going to be putting on your list. I want to go ahead and get a mate. I want a bigger car. I want to, matter of fact, have more of something. Okay. And trust me, this is nothing wrong with that. But my observation is that because we oftentimes are just simply wanting more for wanting more, some of us do that. But in many cases, we have not asked the question, well, what have I done with what I already have? You know, I was looking at my closet, I'm looking at my accounts, and I'm looking at the different programs I've downloaded. And while I bought them because of what they said it will do, I can go ahead and confess for 1,000% right now that I haven't gone into that program and have gotten everything that program was designed to do. And a lot of us have done the same, whether it's clothing, sports equipment, the cookware, Tupperware, just name it. If you look at our house, it's full of stuff, but it's not just full of stuff. It's full of stuff that we have not optimized. We have not gone all in. So guys, lean in here. We want to go ahead and have a conversation about this. And what I'm hoping that what this is going to go ahead and do is going to go ahead and help us reshape our resolutions going on here. So first of all, where did all this come from? You know, and I get it, guys, I really do. And also, you know, the comparison culture, we're seeing everything on social media. And it gets us wondering that, listen, you know, that person has this, that person has that. And it gets us into a loop. And that loop is, if someone else has more, I must be behind. Guys, I've been susceptible to that myself as well. So trust me, I'm having a cathartic experience here through this discussion, but this is so very important. Okay, so what's happening here is the fact that when we're in that mindset, we create desire without discernment. People want what they see, not what they're called to steward or to manage. Confusing growth with accumulation is dangerous. Many people are taught that progress or success means more money, more titles, more followers, more whatever. But growth is actually about depth. It's about maturity, stewardship, and impact. So what's happening is the fact that we find ourselves paper chasing on that, or we're chasing expansion and growth before mastery. And this is what's happening. You know, so when I look at all the apps that I've downloaded, I'm only using maybe 10% of what that app was designed to go ahead and do. Before, I saw a new shiny thing and then went on and now decided to go ahead and get something else. What happened there? Exactly what I'm talking about. We desire to expand without mastery. So I take the one thing, only use 10% of it, consider my saying done, then we move on to the next thing. You haven't fully gotten the best out of what you already have before we're moving on. And that's creating waste. Listen, and what ends up happening is the fact that it creates an attitude where we're looking in our closets, like I'm looking in my closet, looking in your drawers, looking into your cabinets and all stuff, looking online, and we're seeing all these unfinished works. We're noticing that we've had gifts that have been neglected, unhealed wounds, unused discipline. In fact, when we're looking at it right now, as we start to look at 2026 and we're asking the question, what do I have? I wanted to bring up this discussion because it turns out we already have what we want, but we have not optimized. I want you to ask yourself that question. Before I decided to go ahead and get more, what have I done with what I already have? And if you're looking at a garage like I'm looking at, if you're looking at a closet full of clothes that you haven't wore all year, you already have the answer that you need. Guys, I'm hoping that today's discussion here, or at least this thought here, is causing you to go ahead and start looking at things differently. On that, ask yourself, am I getting all there is to get out of this? Have I really, before I've moved on to the next shiny thing, have I achieved mastery regarding this? It's got me thinking about relationships going on here. We're thinking about, boy, if I had more friends. Well, what about the friends you already have? Have you called them the way you know you should? Have you communicated with them the way that you need to communicate with them? Well, they haven't called me. Well, have you called them? Are we getting the most out of what we already have? That's the question. And I'm hoping you guys are taking a look at that in the area of faith, family, finances, and relationships. Guys, this has been Coach Desmond. I want the most for you in 2026. I want the most for myself. But before we start becoming just simply consumers who have no discipline and no mastery, let's go ahead and pull that back. We already have everything we need. All we got to do is just take a look at it a little deeper. Guys, this has been Coach Desmond. Was this helpful? I hope it was. If you like what you heard here today, hey, don't be selfish. Pay this forward and share it with a friend. Also, if you got a comment about what you've heard here, let me get your observations. Click on the link below, share some of those comments. Love to go ahead and hear from you. Guys, until next time, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Wishing you and your family the best in the area of health, wealth, and relationships. This has been Coach Desmond. Can't wait to work with you in the coming future. But for right now, let's give God the glory. Amen. Take care.